to share with you some new products I got. Nothing, you know, extravagant, but I did end up getting a different shade of the Coloured Raine, trying to pick it up, the Coloured Raine powder bronzer. I ended up picking the shade Naughty Spice. There's that. Originally, I had gotten the shade Mocha Queen, and I wanted something just a bit deep, or I'm sorry, a bit lighter. So this is the original shade I got, which is Mocha Queen, and this is the shade most recently bought, which is Naughty Spice. So I just wanted something a little bit lighter, just because, like, I can go overboard with this one. The other thing I got is their cream blush in the shade Spicy. I've been really wanting an orange blush, and previously I had purchased, where is that? Previously I had purchased this color fix from Danessa Myricks in the shade Carrot Top, so I'll compare how they look. Pretty close though. But I do like Coloured Raine's blushes. I wanted to see what this orangey one would look like on me. I'm really excited. Okay. I already kind of started on my eyes. I just used a couple of my Viseart matte palettes, the dark matte and the like a neutral matte. And then I also went in on top with a bit of shimmer from their Sultry Muse palette. So nothing new there, but I just wanted to show you what I actually ended up using. So how are you? I'm okay. I have been on a journey lately because I have been going into my office. Because, you know, the building management, they don't care that like there's stuff going on and people are like working from home. They still want their money on the first of the month. So we've been paying rent. And I'm like, yeah, I need to use this space before I get super resentful. So I decided I'm going to go in. I'm going to go on a day where I have like less people, and they're going to have the option. They can come in and see me face to face, or we can continue with telehealth. And I thought it'll be nice to like see some colleagues, because when you're like working from home, I don't know if you experience this, like it can be lonely. My co-therapist is Rose, and like she don't even be working hard. So I was like, it's gonna be nice to like see people, right? You think. I've gone 3 times. The first time was okay, except that it took me 2 hours to get home. Cause that's that DMV, DC, Maryland, Virginia traffic. Took me 2 hours to go 20 miles. So I was like, I can't do this. No, because that day I walked in the house. I fed Rose because she don't care that I've been on the road for so long. I took off all my clothes, took a shower, and like that was it. I was done. I was done for the day. I was practically done for the week. Let me see. I am going to put on some primer. I think I'm going to use the Danessa Myricks Universal Balm. Now, y'all, I am already hitting pan on this balm, on the color one and on this universal. Like, what is that happening to you? Like, you can see there's pan. Where's the other one? And this is the color one. Pan. Like, that feels fast, right? Am I right? Probably right. But that just feels pretty quick. Anyway, So the first day, like, I was super excited because I found parking. Like, initially the parking attendant was like, oh, the garage is full. Like, if you live in the DMV area, like if you live in LA, if you live in New York, if you live anywhere that is like overpopulated, you know parking is a trip. But I think he thought that I was cute. So he let me park in one of the like assigned spots, right? I used to have like a parking permit for the garage, but when I wasn't going in, and that like parking is expensive. Not expensive, expensive. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that because I still need to figure out how often am I gonna go. Like, gas is ridiculous. Is my associate gonna use the office? All these things, right? You don't care. So I was like, great, got a parking space. That's awesome. And I thought it was just going to be, you know, a regular old day. And then it took me 2 hours to get home. And I kid you not, I almost parked my car at the side of the road and just walked home. I almost did that because I could feel my blood pressure rising. I could feel it. And I was like, this is unhealthy. How did I do this before? How did I do this every single day? Like, no wonder I'm always falling out and ending up in somebody's ER. I'm going to use the NARS Naturally Radiant Foundation in the shade New Caledonia. Anyway, so I was like, okay, next time I'm going to see if people can come a little earlier so that I then can leave earlier. And only a couple of people are coming in, right? And, you know, we go over all the precautions and things like that and consent forms and blah, blah, blah. And like, there are people who have been seeing me for years for therapy. So, like, they do want to come back in person. And then there are people I have never actually met face to face because they started therapy with me during this work from home time. So that's been fun to, you know, people are like, do I look the same? I'm like, yes, you do. Do I? And so the second time, I was like, cool, I am going to go a little earlier because I cannot manage this 2-hour trek back home. I know, I can't do it. And this time, you know, I had a plan. I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave early. I'm gonna leave early from both places. I'm gonna leave from home early. I'm gonna leave from work early. The day starts with me locking myself out of the house. So that's how it started. And I was like, okay, the person who has my spare key is probably not gonna be home until like 5 or 6. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. And so I was like, okay, that's fine. You know, literally this has happened many a time. Like, I have the locksmith on, like on speed dial. Like, this is not an uncommon experience for me. So like, especially when I'm stressed, this stuff tends to happen. Like, I lock myself out the house, I lock myself out the car, I fall down the stairs. That's just what happens. So I'm like, okay, I don't have time to worry about this because I need to go to work and I need to like therapize people. So I start driving after I told the person who has my spare, like, I need my key. I start driving and I look over in the side mirror to like switch lanes and stuff, but I see myself looking back at me and I'm like, that's different. That's a little, like, that's not supposed to happen, right? So I realized that my side mirror is like closed in. You know how some cars you can like close the side mirrors in? I assume for like parking reasons. I don't know. I didn't even figure out that my mirrors did that for like 2 years. I didn't even know. I accidentally found out that my car did that. So I hadn't done that. I didn't do that. So I'm like, oh, fudge. So I have to get off the interstate, the freeway, whatever they call it out here. And I have to fix my mirror. So I did that. Get back in the car. So far, we're locked out of the house. And we apparently don't know how to operate a vehicle, a motor vehicle. Then I realized I didn't bring no food. What I'm gonna eat? because a lot of the places around have closed down, like a lot of the restaurants. So I'm locked out of the house. I don't know how to work a car. I don't have no food. Oh, Lord Jesus. I did find parking though, fairly easily. So that was nice. So I have my day, you know, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna leave and it's gonna be a while. I'm gonna just have to sit outside and wait for my friend to bring the extra key. But no, because it took me like an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes to actually get home. So I actually got to my friend's house, who's like 5 minutes away from me, at the same time that they were pulling up. So I was like, okay, I cannot do this. I'm like, I can't do this. So let's rethink the strategy. So I'm like, I'm gonna move people up even more. Everybody come an hour earlier so that I can get home, right? So this time I get to work. I'm like, you know, this coming in person is, we don't know yet. I was like, let me see what the traffic is like today, and I'm gonna let you know if we're gonna keep seeing each other in person. So I'm leaving early, right? Mind you, in this time, I did bring my lunch. This is the third time I went into the office. I did bring my lunch, so that was good. I also, like, we got our water cooler by then. Here's the thing. I'm really used to like sparklets. Y'all remember sparklets with the big old like jugs of water that you had to put in the cooler thing, and it was like highfalutin if you had like the blue handle and the red handle, because that meant you got cold water and hot water. That's what I'm used to. But we got this like high-tech water cooler, and of course, you know, like, I'm the first one into the office, and so I can't ask nobody how you work this water cooler. And I have my reusable water bottle, and y'all, more water ended up on the floor than in my bottle. So cut to me on the floor, hands and knees, cleaning up the water, in my heels, in my dress. Okay. But the day ended earlier for me, right? So I'm like, oh, thank God it's not gonna be as bad trying to get home. Another cut to me. I parked in the same garage. Home dude tried to turn me away. I'm like, listen, you let me park here before, so. And I have to pay the parking fee, which is a whole other video, right? Because it's ridiculous. Ridiculously expensive. And the like, you know, now you can use your like card with the chip or your phone or whatever to pay, right? But for some reason, it's not working for me. So I have to use my card. Pull my card out of my wallet and slide it into the slot to pay. Now, look at my nails. You can't get the card out with these nails. But usually I have this little like tool that I got off of Etsy that you can use to take your card out. Guess where it's at? I don't know, because it's not in my purse. So here I go again, like on the floor, dumping everything out of my bag, trying to find this thing that's not there. And I'm like trying to grab the card with my nails. It's not working. I'm trying to like go in there like this. It's not working. I tried to use my key to like slip it out. It's not working. Y'all, like, Rose, that's your food. Rose, that's your food. Girl, I'm like, you okay? So by this time, like, I had paid for the parking, right? But by this time, the machine is like, girl, we don't know what you're doing. So the machine already took the receipt back. Like, so I had like an emery board, like a nail file in my bag, and I somehow managed to use that to get my card out. So by this time I'm like, it's hot, I'm sweating. I'm just like, I need to go. Now this time, it only took me an hour to to get home. In the DMV area, girl, that's like a drop in the bucket. So I was feeling pretty good. I was like, okay, this is how we got to do it. You need to leave at this time. You need to leave at this time. And you need to make sure to have the little grabby thing to get your card out the thing. And you need to learn how to work this touchless water fountain, water cooler thing. So we're going to see what next week is like. Okay. Let's go in with some powder. Here is my Pat McGrath under eye powder, and this is in the deep shade. It's pretty much all gone. Now, I felt pretty accomplished on that day, right? So I'm like, let's just keep it going. So I decide that I am going to attend the Homeowners Association meeting. I used to attend, you know, virtually, and I would do it as sort of like entertainment because it's hilarious, the things that people complain about, right? And I'm not leaving myself out of that. I complain too. But all I know is that I don't know why you're complaining about having an extra parking pass. Why is that a complaint? I don't know. But one reason I had stopped going, when I got sick, but also somebody had nominated me to be on the board. This is why I don't go to things. Somebody had nominated me to be on the board. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to attend no more, so I wasn't even worrying about that. I'm like, whatever, like, let's just go. I want to be entertained. I'm feeling like on top of the world today because it only took me an hour to get home. Like, let's do this, right? So I'm going to go in with the Naughty Spice bronzer. And what brush do I want to use? I'm going to use this. Is this the Face Pro from Sonia G. So I go to the meeting, and typically I'm like doing other things while the meeting is happening, right? Like I'm having dinner, I'm just like lounging on the bed or whatever. I go to the meeting virtually, and you know, I have my camera off, I have my mic muted, and everything is fine until somebody called me out. And they're like, oh, we see you made it. Like, we still want you to be on the board. And I have no reaction. I'm still muted, and, you know, the video's still off. But then, all of a sudden I hear my name, and they're like, yeah, we think you should be in charge of this committee. So I unmute myself, turn on the camera real quick, and I was like, excuse me? Like, what? Y'all, they want me to be in charge of this committee that's supposed to, like, make sure that the parking stuff is enforced and, like coordinate with the towing company if they have to tow a car. I was like, this is how you know they don't know me, because guaranteed the wrong car is gonna get towed. Guaranteed somebody complain, they gonna get towed. So I just put myself back on mute. They haven't said nothing yet. Maybe I'll go to the next meeting, but why people be volunteering people for stuff? I didn't ask to do this. Why you volunteering me? Y'all don't even know me like that. 100% I will have the wrong car towed. 100%. Like, have you been around me? Like, I might accidentally get my car towed. Child. So I'm like, dang, I can't even go to these meetings because they be trying to volunteer me for stuff. I don't even know why. I don't know why y'all volunteer me for stuff. Maybe because I stood up to the board once. So what had happened was I kept contacting them to, like, prune, trim, whatever, this big old tree in my front yard. They kept saying, okay, we'll get to it. It took like 4 months. I'm hitting my head on branches. I'm like, listen, like, I can have it done if you just let me know, but it seems like this is your responsibility. So what we gonna do here? So then they finally prune the tree. Before I go into the blush, let me show you. I do have the Carrot Top Color Fix from Danessa Myricks, which is one I bought for the purposes of using as a blush. So, you know, with Danessa Myricks, you only need like a dab. So there is that. I also remember when everyone was talking about the Fenty Beauty Bright Fix. Now I have it in the shade Pumpkin and found that as an under eye thing or whatever, it was just like too orange. So I had been like, I think I've used it once as a blush, like a liquid blush or whatever. Look at how orange that is. That's supposed to go under my eyes or something. That's like orange. And then here is the Coloured Raine Cream Blush. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Coloured Raine blush and just gonna grab this brush to do so. Going into it. I forgot what I was talking about. Even my family, so I'm like texting my family like, y'all, they want me to be head of this committee. Even my family was like, you for sure gonna like mess it up. Not that I can't handle or manage things. I'm just a little crazy isn't the word. Like, I just shouldn't be in charge of that. Anything to do with like driving and directions, don't put me in charge. I don't know how many times I'm gonna tell people. It's not gonna go well, okay? It's not. Oh, so yeah. So the Homeowners Association, they were taking so long to prune this tree. I'm hitting my head as I go out because, you know, I'm tall, I have on heels, and I'm just getting like bashed around by the tree. So then I get this little letter in the mail and it's like, we need you to fix your, there was something on the window they wanted to be fixed. I hadn't gotten around to it yet, okay? I was gonna fix it, but I hadn't gotten around to it. Why did they put a time frame on it? And they did put a reference of like, this is who you can contact to do this. So I'm trying to contact Home Dude to get this done per the Homeowners Association board, and he's not contacting me back. And so I'm like, I tried to use your person and they're not contacting me back. And then I had to get petty. So I said, since it took you 4 months to prune my tree, it will take me 4 months to fix this window. They didn't say nothing to me. I mean, honestly, I got the window fixed in like a couple of days. But I was like, you not gonna sit up here and make me wait 4 months. And I had dates, y'all. That's what took it over. I had dates and documentation. I was like, the first email was sent on such and such date. Then the next one, then the next one. Then y'all didn't do it until this date. I was laying it out like, do not play with me. Don't play with me. So maybe that's why they want me to be on the board, because I'm assertive like that. But girl, I am not trying to fool with these people and their complaints. Like, I'm going in with the Charlotte Tilbury. Like, because somebody come up to me talking about why they got an extra parking pass. I'm liable to have your car towed. Because that's the power I have now. Like, do not come over here talking about why do you do not do it. Oh, you took my mail? I'm going to have your car towed. You look at me the wrong way? I'm going to have your car towed. So, like, there's a reason I don't have have the power to do certain things. Because I would be taking down names and numbers and car information and calling the tow company like, come get this car. When I want to be petty. Like, generally I probably wouldn't do it, but I am not trying to be on this board. No, listen. If they nominate me for something, I'm gonna need to talk to this lady. I don't even know who this lady is that keeps nominating me. I don't even know who she is. Why do you keep doing that, ma'am? I'm gonna need to talk to her. I'm gonna need to talk to her because I don't understand what's happening. Like, why you like me like that? Like, you don't even know me. I'm gonna go in with Velvet Morning from Lisa Eldridge. And mascara. This is just the mascara I've been using lately. It's the Lorac Holy Lash. It's okay. Nothing to write home about. Okay, I don't even know that I'm going to upload this because I hate the look, but I do like the orange blush. I'm going to keep playing around with it, and I do like the Naughty Spice bronzer. So there's that. Hopefully some of this was helpful. Please be sure you're taking care of yourself and your loved ones, and maybe make some dinner tonight. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.